You are welcome to my YouTube channel. And in today's topic, we'll be looking at how to treat a newly constructed concrete pond. Before you stock your fish, your fingerlings, or your juveniles in a newly constructed pond, concrete pond, there's a certain level of treatment you need to give to the pond. You cannot just finish constructing a concrete pond and introduce your fingerlings or your juveniles. You have to treat the pond so that the chemical contents of that cement and the chemical contents of whatever you use in constructing that pond will be eliminated from the pond before you can start using it. If you just introduce your fish into a newly constructed concrete pond, it you have a high level of mortality, not even high level of mortality. All the fishes in that pond will die completely. There are no two ways about this one. All the fishes in the concrete pond will die if you introduce the fish into the concrete pond without treating the concrete pond. So you have to treat it to a certain level so as to eliminate the chemical contents and the acidity of the pond before you can stock your fishes. So as you have seen in the video, this is a newly constructed pond. We have not stocked any fish before in this pond. Since they finished constructing it, we have not stocked any fingerlings or juveniles in this pond. So before we stock the pond, we need to treat it like I said earlier. And to treat a newly constructed pond, you have to store water. You have to bring in water to the pond to at least 75%. The level of water you need to put in this pond will be at least 75% of the pond. You have to cover at least 75% of the pond. And you bring in your plantain leaves as you have seen in the video. So I've seen all these things you are seeing here. They are plantain leaves and the stem of the plantain. You need to bring them into the pond. And in an area where you have poultry dump, you can also put them in the pond. But if you don't have them, you can only go with this plantain leaf and the plantain stem. The only difference is that the poultry dump will help to um facilitate the curing of the concrete pond. But like I said, in a situation where you don't have the poultry dump, you use the plantain, though it will take a little longer. And the least duration for this thing is 2 weeks. You have to soak it like this for at least 2 weeks so that the pond will completely cure and the acidity content and the chemical content of this pond will be completely removed. If not so, introducing your new fish into this pond will kill all the fishes and you will be at loss. So like I said, you leave it for 2 weeks. After storing it like this, you leave it for 2 weeks before you can introduce your fish. After soaking this pond for a while, after some days, like after 1 week or close to 2 weeks, this is how the pond water will look like. This is how the pond water will look like. And how do you know if the pond is ready for stocking? How do you know if the pond is ready for stocking? When the pond is ready for stocking, when the acidic content of this pond has been completely neutralized and the pH of the pond also is also neutralized and all the chemical contents of the pond has been removed, you notice some living organisms in the water you stored there. You notice some living organisms like the maggots and other living organisms inside the water. That's also that living organisms can survive in the water. Living organisms can survive, sorry, not in the water. The living organisms can survive in the pond. And it also implies that the chemical contents and the acidic contents, the pH of the water has been neutralized. The chemical contents has been is okay. The chemical contents has been completely eliminated. By so doing, you know that your pond is ready for stocking. But you don't just end it there. You don't just remove these things and bring in the fish. At first, you need to reduce the water. remove the plantain leaves and everything, and the poultry dump if there was any. Remove everything and wash the pond. After 2 weeks, and when you notice the changes I earlier mentioned, you remove all these things you use in treating the pond. You remove them from the pond as you have seen here. You remove them. I'm still removing the water. That's why you see the level of the water being too low. Remove them. And somebody once shared his experience of using this water to using this water that they use in treating this pond to water his crops. Please do not make that mistake, because all the plants will die off. All the plants will die off. Remember, this water has a lot of chemical content, and the acidic content of the cement and the block that we use in building this pond are all in this water. So do not use it to water your crops for any reason. Do not use this one to water your crops for any reason, because do not even use these plantain leaves as organic manure, because they will kill your plants. All your plants will die off. It is only the when you start stocking your fish, the water from the discharge water from the pond, as after you might have stocked your fish, when you want to change water, you can use that one for watering your plants. But as for this one, please do not use it. When you are done moving all those things, you will notice that there is a big change in the in your wall. Your wall will not be as it was before the curing, before the treatment of the pond. You will notice it. And if you have not noticed that, know that your pond is not completely neutralized. So the next step after removing all the waters and all the leaves from the pond is to wash the pond. This where a lot of people also make mistakes by using soap or detergent to wash the pond. That is completely wrong. Completely wrong. Soap has nothing to do with fish. Soap and fishes are not friends. They are not friends. So you avoid soap by all means. Avoid soap by all means. Do not use soap to wash your pond. Rather, use hard brush. Hard brush, the one that is usually used by uh, the one that is usually used in washing cars. You use that type of hard brush to wash the pond. And in a situation where the hard brush is not available, you can cut this. This is a sack bag. You can cut it and use it to wash the pond. The first washing, you will not apply anything. Do not apply anything for the first washing. Just make sure you scrub it completely. Scrub all the walls and the floor. Make sure everywhere is completely scrubbed off. That's for the first washing. Okay. So after the first washing, you can wash it 2 times. You can wash it twice. Then rinse it. Make sure you rinse it. The next step is to apply salt, or you can say you wash it with salt. But the salt is to remove all the bacteria from the pond. In fish farming, salt is very, very important. So this salt will remove all the bacteria from the pond. You can wash it directly, or you can apply it to the walls and the floor and leave it for some time, for some hours, maybe it's a 1 hour or 2 hours before washing it off. Like you have seen in the video, you can. After the salt washing, you rinse the pond and then bring in water again into the pond. When the water that you bring into the pond, let it be at the level you want to be stocking your fish. So you, after bringing the water into the pond, you leave it for 2 days. But you leave the water for 2 days. Note, you don't stock your fish immediately after the salt washing. You bring in water, leave it for 2 days, rinse off the water, and bring in another water before stocking your fish. I repeat, after the salt washing, you put water inside the pond and leave it for 2 days. After that 2 days, remove that water and bring in a new water. Then your pond is ready for stocking. Okay guys, that is the end of the video. Please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video, and share it to your friends. Thank you.